Buddy Day is New Zealand's only child abuse prevention awareness campaign and is a fun way for adults to start conversations about what it takes to keep children in our community safe from abuse. The second successful annual event is now done and dusted, with people still talking about it. We have been reminded that it is all of our responsibility to work together as a community to protect our children and to lower the child abuse rate. The day brought participants out nice and early, 7:30 a.m. to the Claudelands Event Centre.
Buddy Day is about, it takes a community to look after a child, and people adopt a child, which is a cut-out child that's been decorated by school children, adopts the child for a day and looks after it.
Tēnā tātou katoa, ngā mihi nui kia koutou, ko te Mackendau aho, and I would like to introduce you to Tama Tom, who is today the new MP for Hamilton West, and Tama is very much looking forward to meeting constituents and attending functions today, because last year, I remember what a fantastic event it was. I want to congratulate Child Matters for coming up with such a creative, imaginative, and I think very successful way of promoting what is such an important issue for our community and right around our country.
I want to introduce you to my buddy here on my left. As you can see, she has already dressed herself because she knew that she was going to be accompanying the CEO of Waikato Tainui today. She didn't want me to disclose what her real name is because she's given herself a name for today, which is Miss Waikato Tainui. But more importantly, today is a very special day because she knows that her and I get out there and have conversations with people about a very important kaupapa, which is all about the health and well-being of our tamariki, of our mokopuna.
The tragic thing is, somewhere in New Zealand today, a child is going to be hurt, and that bears thinking about a lot. I really don't know what else to say other than so glad that we're involved, and so very, very glad that you are too.
We've got one of the worst rates of child abuse in the developed world. I mean, just pause and think about that. In a country like ours, that's our stat. That's awful. I mean, I agree with Tim. We should be ashamed of that. Changing that starts with individuals and it starts with communities. And that's why we're all here today. Every single person needs to do something to change that. And all of you are here today because you're committed to changing that.
Who will be my buddy? Who will be my friend?
In the last year, 150,000 children have been reported to Child, Youth and Family, people suspecting that or knowing that they are being abused or neglected. Over 21,000 of those children have had substantiated abuse, and that's a significant number of children in our country.
It is adults' responsibility to keep children safe because adults can stop child abuse and children can't. So child abuse is a community problem and it requires a community solution. We have to first of all generate conversations and every adult needs to commit to taking that responsibility personally. So we're the ones that have got neighbours, who've got family, or living in families, who are we're all part of a circle of in our lives, and if we look after that circle and take responsibility, if we see things that we're not happy about or we have concerns about a child, that we actually do something. We talk to someone, we do something, instead of thinking, it's not my business. We need to stop minding our own business.
We got involved really because we have a water jet cutter here at Longville that can cut all sorts of materials, and it certainly can cut plastic Coro board, which the buddies, the little guys, are made of. And as a company, we're more than happy to avail our machinery to help people with child matters. When I hear or read something about kids being abused, heinously abused, killed, now when you've been through that same thing yourself, it never, ever leaves you. It takes me personally back to my own experiences. It's the biggest kind of evil there is. Purest love of all is the love of your child, or a child's love of their parents. And to betray that love, it is heinous, it is wrong, and it must be stopped at any cost.